Yeah. The ladies. Good. Okay, that's good. Trying to find a lost browser window sec. Think. That's fine. Just move this down to screen all inside. Look, do a semi-complex virtual machine setup here. Okay, and this one, we're just gonna clean this up. Audience. What we got next? We're gonna get an Instagram stream going as well. Anyone out there in the chat right now? Any of the early birds actually joined? Stream. Don't be afraid to speak up. Message in the chat. Streaming okay, we're streaming. Instagram now-ish. Pick a like button to light up. Yep, we're there. Great. Okay, how's the window orientation looking? I think I've screwed up. That's okay. I can sort that. So if I just jump in here, I need to grab this window here. I need to do here. Pull it down, I guess. Oh, and that's okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let's select proportionality. That works for me. That works for you. Does that work for you guys? Saw the resolution this out in a bit. Oh, the live video just ended. Scale video. Start. Go this way and go that way. Did I just click something wrong? Oh no, we don't do that. Stop. Live video. Great, audience. Let's see, public. Next. Try that one more time. Start we go here. Instagram, yeah, excuse me. Cancel, stop streaming. Oh, settings. Stream. Okay, until there. Start streaming. Right, it might just have been I clicked the wrong button, which is definitely possible. Okay. So we're gathered here today, guys, to build things. So I'm just going to stand a little bit over here. I'm sure I didn't spend the camera and then ignoring you. Cool. I'll just hover here. So let's just go live. Bada bing. We are now live on Instagram. Hello, one and all. Okay, so we're going to complete the work on that wave thing yesterday that we were looking at. Hello. So we're going to move ourselves down to the old seafront and complete this build. Well, we'll put a little bit of effort. I want to try a load of new tricks that I haven't seen anyone do before. Yeah, I always admire when you see some new styles and techniques that just haven't been attempted. It's always a nice thing. You just get a little bit stagnant when everyone's just copying and pasting the same things. And we won't be using those particle effects. We'll be making our own. Hey, yeah, we're good. Just kidding. Well, I'm not getting that on me. Sure. Just follow me over here. Okay, I need to position you up here somewhere. You can sort of see me, I guess. And then, so script is imaginatively called script. As Windows, I'm just going to guide you down to open that so you can see it at the same time. And then we can edit it together as it were. So we just go up here. Oh, overshot. Is that the one? That's the one. I think that's the one. Great. Okay. So, perfect. Alright, let's just position you here, I guess. I'll just open up new variables. That's all you check, isn't it? Cool. Alright. Let's just position you here. And I'll try and get myself somewhere in view with my own window. Just here, which I just, oh, where the heck am I going? Over here? Ah, that's it. So we just bring this across with me. So the mission today, guys, just to get myself in place. I don't know where I'm going. Right, okay. Here we are. So the mission today. Shrink myself down. There we go. That's it. That's the one. That's the badger. That is the badger. So now we need to find the object I was working with yesterday. So down here somewhere. Where are you? Oh no, we're hitting him. Oh, that will be terrible. Oh no, actually, he's right here. Just locked in place. Okay, let's just come back down here again. So, make myself nice and tiny again. Oh, so nice and tiny again. This is not. Oh dear God, come on. Come on. Oh, hello. Hello, Oscar Christie. How you doing? Welcome back. Returning. I'm just going to pop this. I'll put this somewhere not too obnoxious, but kind of in front of you, so you can actually see the good things that we're doing. So this bracket is going to be my wave now. Remember, in Horizon Worlds, when it comes to transparency, you can only do transparency on text objects, and therefore you basically have to use a limited set of characters to actually create your things that you're making transparent. If I just move here, kind of going a little, just trying to position myself in frame. Just skipping through everything. That's brilliant. Okay, so here we are again. Let's just move you back a little. There we go. This is good. That works. That works perfectly. Okay, so you can see that I think it was yesterday or the day before we managed to do a simple layup that just goes in one way, and that layup is of course short for linear interpolation. Sure, isn't entirely think that, but you can see that it's going in the one way that the alpha is going. So what I'm going to do, I was going to do it with a sine wave fade in, fade out, like a smooth curve. I know if I can be bothered. I may come back and do that another time, but I'm going to do it a far easier way, and that's using polarity. Now, I'm thinking, what oh no, actually, I'm starting to rethink that option, guys. I'm starting to rethink that. Because we know that most of the problem with scripting is you got to get it right in your mind before you even put pen to paper. As some of you already know. So, good. Try it. Give us a wave if you're at the Morgan Cedar, but of course, you know. How's the music out there? You can actually hear the music. I've got some fairly quiet background music going on. Assuming the volume levels are okay out there, you can hear me and everything. I could just verify that myself actually. I'll quickly check. I'll check on the YouTube stream, or on the Twitch stream actually. I'll take my chips and get to that quicker. Yeah, so okay. Actually, you know, I'm going to juice the volume down a little bit on the music. Because that's, I need to, let me just play with the line on this. So I'm trying a whole lot of new things. If I just do this, just whack that up to 100%, what happens? Oh, that's a lot more clear, isn't it? Oh, wonderful. Okay. I may keep that at 100 then, if that's okay by you guys. Yeah? God, to say that weird sort of twist of fate, I can't actually get the volume any lower on the music player, which is... Oops, hang on. Messing around with things now. Cool. Alright, so... Oh. Right, grand. So let's just get back to this. Now, I want the wave to fade in and out. I kind of would like it to fade out in and out with the sine, going back on what I sort of said a few moments ago. So I think the alpha needs to go... Let me just think this out. If the alpha goes between 0 and 1 and the sine function goes between, well, we go -1 to 1. What happens if we bounce it back and forth? Oh, excuse me, that was a hiccup. Great. Okay. Decisions, guys. So I'd usually go off at this point and try it out in the scratch pad if I was doing with any other language, but it's a bit more difficult. Yeah. So I'm gonna say... Is it that the alpha... Yes, the alpha's going between 0 and 1, but do I need to take the value of the alpha after it's generated when I apply it to a sine function, which I'm believing I've got in here somewhere? Let's have a look. Do I even use a sine function here? Oh, I'm not. So if I pump that through a sine function, that's going to give me some interesting values. So let me think. Because we've done sine with... motion, but we need to work ahead. That's gonna treat it with colours. I suppose a sine input output. I just need to Google this because I'm rubbish with maths apparently. So inputs and outputs of sine function. What are the inputs? I don't know. It's sine, cosine, and cosine functions. I need kind of a truth table for this, to be honest. Yeah, okay, yeah, fine. Okay, we've got some diagrams here. So... Oh, blimey. Yeah. I'm going to take this to the next level, because it's tray 24, right? I think we're done with reading documents at this stage. That's why we have GPTs now. Let's use our noodles, yeah? So, how do I write a simple function that takes a value that increments from 0 to 1 and then repeats using a modulus to turn it into a smooth value between 0 and 0. Do I do 0 or ion? What am I doing here? With the hex string, I've got to do it. It's a 255, isn't it? Alphas times 255, which I already know, that's fine. So the 0 to 5, okay. And 255, let's try that. Let's see, I mean, I can at least ask the really obscure question to... Oh, we suspect automated behaviour on your account. What? Hello? Well, I'm sorry, I was live. So weird. Sorry, guys. I just had a message from Meta saying we suspect automated behaviour on your account. That's really weird. Hey, Boy Gaming, you right? Yeah, we're just doing some, hopefully relatively simple stuff here. So to create a function that takes a value incrementing from 0 to 1 and turns it into a smooth value between 0 and 255, you can use the modulus operation to ensure the value wraps around and then map this value to the desired range. So you can give me a simple function in Python. Fine, we've got a modulus.
Behavior and
Use a smooth value is what it's equivalent to is the t.
Yeah, we're just doing
The
some
value times by 255, we've got that.
relatively simple stuff.
An O. So to create a function that takes a value incrementing from 0 to 1 and turns it into a smooth value. I need to reframe that question. Use modulus operation to ensure the value wraps around function and then map this value to the desired range. So you can do first of all,
Behavior
I use the same function to split the value is the t. Times by 255, we've got that. Change polarity at 0.5. Now I go reframe that question. So that modulus operation to ensure the value wraps around function and then absolutely challenge subject my brain is
behavior and
leverage the complex sine function oscillates between -1. So by scaling and shifting input, we get to the desired now value traction is absolutely challenge
behavior and
leverage the complex sine function oscillates between -1. So by scaling and shifting potentially 0 to we get to the desired I'm very sorry. Sorry. Mute. There we go. Let me know if that fixes the problem with the feedback. It's because Instagram decided in its infinite wisdom that there was some automated behaviour going on my account, which of course there bloody isn't. It's just because I post quite a lot. Can't keep a tidy there, alright? But yeah, it's I may have to write after, but it seemed to sort of kill the stream, but I don't think it did. And hello Isaac, how you doing? Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just talking to Boy Gaming over on YouTube, who's watching the stream over there. Good to see you as well, Isaac, over on Instagram. Just for Boy Gaming, I do bump into Isaac a fair bit in the Metaverse. We're a close-knit bunch over there. We do see each other quite often. So at the moment, Isaac, I'm trying to solve an equation and just putting the bits together in my head. I think, hey, how you doing? And I think I'm close to it. So I need to put in the sine wave. Let me just get his controllers back a sec. So, what do we do here? So you set the decimal to the floor, alpha, yeah, okay, fine. But that's got to be the 2 to the minus. Oh dear God. So I think I've got to set the. Oh, I don't want to change the alpha though. It's almost like I need to change the. Oh, I don't have to change the alpha. Let me just take a copy of this because I do not trust what I'm about to do at all. My confidence is low, guys. So what I'm going to do is I think it's all modifications. I first of all need to surround it without a sign. That's important. Side to the side. Yep. This is going to screw up, but whatever. Here we go. So we need a sign. And then we need a times and a times. Oops. Picks up and copy. Can I do that? Yes, it can do that. Great. So I need to take the alpha. I need to times that by 2, I think. Because the alpha can only ever be a value between 0 and 1. Scripting can be very easy, to be honest, Isaac. Like the basics, like putting triggers in and stuff. Focus on that stuff. After that, unfortunately, it sort of it does divert into vector masks, and that in itself is a bit of trouble sometimes. Cool. Wonderful. Okay, so what what I'm going to do here now, so we need to, we got a floor on the decimal. We need to say sine of alpha times by, I think it's 2. I'm pretty sure it's 2. Let's take a value of 2 and just pop that in there. I think it's that. And then times by pi. And if you're ever doing any sort of maths operations, do use the debug print in here just so you can see the output in the console. There's a good survival thing, because sometimes otherwise you have no idea what's going on, and that's pretty tricky to figure out. Now, the only constant there is need after write 3.142 to get pi. There is actually a pi constant in the values tab, so you can use that if you ever need to get pi. It's the only thing under constants, actually. So now I've done that, you can see probably as predicted, the thing has probably stopped working. This is great. Yeah, so our object has, I think, gone disappearing, but I know it's here somewhere. I can see its bounding box just here. So that tells me that does not work, which is good. So what I'm going to do is in the just below the lines I put in there, I'm going to put in a debug so I can actually get out the value that I just created, because that value should be between 0 and 255, and if it's not between 255, that's where I screwed up. And if it's low, like perhaps I need to times it by 255 at the end. Maybe that's where I screwed up. But that'll become apparent when I actually start peeking at the value for the debug print line. So when you're getting a number, you do need to inside the debug print, you need to under values there is a cast command, so type cast. It's a variable as strings. When you pass this at the debug.print, you need to take that number, which is decimal as it happens. It's the variable decimal at least. You can see I've kind of plopped that in there now. So if I just hit restart, so I can see the values that are coming out, even though I'm getting a little bit lost because I've got another debug somewhere further down, I think, yeah I have, which is the debug print, which I'm going to get rid of now because that was while I was sorting out the hex translation. So if I just clear that, so I can see that the value coming out of that function is either 0 or -1, never anything in between, which is, yeah. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try doing what I said, and I'm going to take that value, and I'm going to do what I did above, and that is to times it by 255. So let me just pop that in there. Just pop that in there. Hang on a sec. Yes, yeah. The hell did I just say I was going to do? Right, okay, yeah, my lines to come back. So I now need to get... This really needs to be outside that. And I take this and pop that inside there. So now that, what has that done to the values? If I just restart that. 0 -1 still. That's times the value of that out. So, oh no, that's working. That's just fine. So okay, I'm now getting values that are between the right. I'm getting negative. What am I doing? So this little wave you see in front of me, this little disappearing and reappearing object that you can see is a slow transition. So I'm trying to use Horizons to rewrite the marker of this, which sounds crazy, but there's no transparency properties on objects in Horizons right now. You know, every actual object is completely opaque. Text is the only thing that supports some limited markup. That you can provide the colors to characters, or just like a markup, a mark tag, which is like a highlight. You can put that on a visible character, and that's the common convention as to how people make windows. But this is, you can see that's fading in and out. Actually, that's fading in and out. Hold up a sec. But I'm not, it is fading in and out. Hang on. Did you hear that? But I'm not happy with it because there's negative values in there, and there shouldn't be. There should literally be a value between 0 and 255. So you can see that in the rest of the script here, or maybe you can't because it can't fit much of it on the screen, that this takes a decimal number between 0 and 1, turns it into a factor between 0 and 255, then converts that to a hexadecimal, well, which is it's a 2 character between 00 and FF, obviously the min and max of a component of an RGBA, but it's adjusting the alpha, which is what's causing here, and it's rewriting it sort of however many draw calls or updates there are every however many, I was gonna say every second, you know what I mean, in specific rate. So what I do now is I'm gonna change the speed, which I think I cheated at a little bit here. Yeah, I did. I'm actually going to put in a new variable now, call it speed, because I remember watching back through yesterday's video a little bit. I did drop something in, which I said, oh, it's just going to put it in as a magic number. What do we call magic number, of course, is when we just randomly drop numbers in the middle of it and we don't explain what they are, and that's why we have these variables to tell us that when we see a 1 in there, it's actually speed. So I should have slowed that right down. Now you can actually see by changing that speed from the default 1 to 0.2, we've now got a really nice sort of slower transition where it goes sort of opaque through to transparent. However, it's still the range that is coming out of that last calculation that I put in is good. However, it needs to be halved, and it needs to start from 0. So what I'm gonna do here, okay, I'm just gonna extend this, so I'm gonna say plus 255 and then divide by 0, so all within the floor. So the first, sorry, not divide by 0, Jesus, what am I talking about? Not divide by 0, divide by 2. Divide by 2. Okay, so the first thing I need is to put a division in, which I'm going to put inside that floor. This is where, like, the scripting in Horizons gets a little bit dirty because you have to sort of keep copying lines. You have to reconstruct them every time you want to make an edit on the outside, which, again, it's a thing. It's a thing you should learn to do, I guess. But it's, met. So what did I say? I wanted to add 255 because my belief, I'm just going to watch those values. I can't because they're all, anyway, let me get through. So the values seem to be, if I just track them through, because they're going through whenever, yeah, they stop at 250, which is interesting. It's not the end of the world. That could just be, it's just so like, and in the negative direction. I'm looking through the debug log right now and you can't see it, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to find out the extents. So it definitely goes down and up. So it's definitely doing what I wanted it to do. That sign is applying itself, I believe, correctly. However, my outputs are not correct. So that goes up to minus 255. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. So I want to add 255 because we know that's the upper. That's really a number here. That's going to be 255. And then we need to divide by 2 again. So now I'm going to get the original sum here. This is really dirty to do too much on one line, but you know, fun fact about Horizons and its scripting, unfortunately, is you are limited to 100 lines in one of these script blocks, and they can be quite long. I haven't seen a limit on how long they could be horizontally, but of course that's bad convention to have an entire calculation that's just rolling off the bloody page. It's really difficult to read. So if I now just have a look at the console and I'm looking at the values that are generating, they are bouncing. They should be bouncing between 0 and 255, which is good. Yeah, really good. It's not always going to be exact because the speed value that's going up and down is not necessarily taking it all the way to 255 and 0. It's getting close enough that it's bouncing back, and that does depend on how many draw calls it's making, how many sync loops, sorry, are being hit. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm just watching those values scroll by in the debug window now. It's, I wish I could show you that actually, but I can't. If one day I might rig up my headset to actually stream this into like a little sub window in this, so it'll be a bit more thorough here, but unfortunately, that's not something I'm doing right now. Cool. So that's now done in terms of the transparency bit, which is great. So I'm now going to christen this this script. I'm going to just turn the speed up. Yeah, the alpha's important, right? Because the alpha The alpha itself is an independent value which goes between 0 and 1, and I want that to represent both the appearing and disappearing of the wave in one cycle, but I want that also to represent the motion of a wave from a start point to an end point. That's super important, okay? So what I need to do now, keep walking through a menu, is have a look at this wave, and I need to work out, well, what are its, I'm just going to stretch it down a little so it's not take up quite so much space. So this wave, like what, the x-axis here, the minus x-axis appears to be its forward direction of what I would turn to be its forward direction, because looking at the wave, I would say it would sort of head in that direction, right? And that's minus x. And I think the upward direction is, well, it could be either minus z or plus z. I could go with plus z. It's the same on both sides, so it kind of doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start it back from an offset. I start at the front. Maybe start at the back here. I start from the front because I don't care how far back it goes out, because it's designed to come in from an indeterminate point or a range. And that range can just be a backward. So I need to work out, again, this is where sort of some vector maths helps, but to be honest, you can calculate midpoints. Let me just work it out a sec. TG's amount of move backwards, but you gotta do that in real time. So I'm coming back, just wandering. I ate a drink. What time is it anyway? Oh, look at that. It's 15 minutes past 8, and oh, look at that, I got hand tracking in here again, look. I had this the other day. It's like tracking my actual hands. I'm doing it weirdly. It's like they're at an angle. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I'll be opening the Lotus at 9 tonight, so that's going to be about 45 minutes. So I'll just see what I can do today. I meant to come on and just build stuff today, but what I really want to do with this map is was supposed to be a speed build. I just wanted to get this one off my chest in like 2 hours. But it's kind of turned into a bit of a fun project to just try and do a whole load of new things that I just don't see people doing. And I love doing stuff like that, but the problem with that, as anyone will tell you who does similar, is getting the ideas. Just getting the ideas of like, what can I do differently? What's the common effects would it be cool to sort of make? Bear with me, I'm just getting some out of the fridge. Going to be a can of drink. Shut the fridge. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, Yemi, you still with me, buddy? Still there? There. Cool. Right. So, what did I say? I said it was the. I tell you what, scripting in the Metaverse is quite a thing. I tried to explain this to someone like last year. That when you program traditional applications, right? Okay, so you screw up some form validation on a web page, and yeah, okay, you make a mess up there, and you might stop someone from entering some text beyond a certain limit, or whatever. You might make a submit button not fire when someone hits submit, or make something misread a database, or misoutput it, or get the formatting messed up. But when it comes to scripting in the Metaverse, if you get it wrong, you end up throwing a whole bunch of people off into the outer atmosphere, or just into a perpetual falling cycle through the ground, or squishing them in between 2 collision boxes. It's really funny for all the wrong reasons. I wrote an elevator script for Timmy Blitz. God, it's about nearly a year and a half ago now, and we put that in. I had a phone call at like 7 p.m. one day. Oh, the elevator lift, there's people stuck in the elevator. I'm like, okay. They can just leave the level and restart, but I get it. That's a really poor place to be, but it was unfortunately down to a problem with the world reset function, which was not properly resetting the state of things. So it ran fine for sort of 3 or 4 weeks before we had that bug, but once we had it, we just took the decision to take the elevator out, because, like, come on, you can't go to a virtual world and have people literally going stuck in the elevator. That's poor show. It's a really poor show. So, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'm pretty sure I saw something like that in real life, actually. Like, someone got stuck in an elevator. for like 48 hours or something, but you can't really respawn in real life, I guess. Yeah, not so easy. Right, okay. So let's get back to this. Sorry, I can talk myself into distraction all the time. So with the alpha, we got the transparency control, which is quite a big chunk of code now, which I'm actually going to save, right? It's always a good thing when you do a script like this, save it as assets. So I'm going to call this like there's a bit of a rigged interface. So I'm going to call it wave v0.1a because it ain't finished, but we've got the fundaments in there. We now need to... So I just had an invite from Little Madam. Hello, Little Madam, is you watching? Sorry, I'm kind of a little bit involved in something right now. Will be there as soon as I can. We like Little Madam. She's fun. Okay. So, Little Madam's also a bit of a YouTube celebrity, right? If you look back at some older Horizon Worlds videos, she used to work for the British pub, and you know, she's seen in quite a lot of videos, like doing little interviews and just being present. It's really cool. So I've just had a message in on here. Can you ban something from Cole? I can't really read, my eyes are terrible. Spent too long in a... Can I ban you? Why do I want to ban you? You're crazy. Nearly dropping controllers. Think I'd ban you. Right. Okay, so we got the... I just put in a comment here that's going to be called movement, alright? We're going to move on shortly to a similar, one very, very small pattern that we see in Horizons all the time, and it's called the original position. And you see this, people can call an original pause or orange pause or whatever. We just basically create a variable. I call them underscore OP just to be a little bit different. The underscore means it's not something that I have to set, just not a parameter. For me, I always name my calculated variables, or I try to name my calculated variables with underscores where they're not things that I would change. They are not parameters, they are they're calculated values. So it's just a warning to me when I see the parameter sets on the outside, because there's no access modifiers like private or public or whatever protected. It's good for me to know, well, there's no point me changing that, because that value is going to be set like multiple times over every second, so it ignores whatever I put in it during its initialization. But saying that, actually, if I say OP, it's going to be a vector, okay? And OP would mean original position to me. Now I need to bring in an event at the top, which you should see me do, and it's called When World is Started. So we just pop that up there. It should pop, there you go. When World is Started, right at the top left. And all I need to do with that is I store in a set to set OP. So you'll see that appear. So we're going to set the value of OP, original position, as we call it, to, and we go into operators. And I need to scroll down to object transform section. I get position of object, okay? And then that position, just quickly name, sorry, it's bugging me that I haven't given the script a name. I haven't actually christened it yet, so I'm going to call it wave. Just call it wave. I'm not feeling too imaginative right now, so okay. So to position of object. Now what position? Well, because the script is assigned to the wave object directly, it's going to be self. So you'll see that self coming in just at the top there. Great. I'm a really bad teacher. I like talking through my thoughts as I go. And I hope in some way that might be helpful to people, either to potentially inspire new builders or just show you the way that my mind works when I'm doing this kind of stuff. There aren't many scripters on this platform. There's more and more every day. There's, you know, there's people who can script, and then there's people who can like really script, and there's not many of the latter. And to us, it's really There's quite few of the former as well. There's a lot of people who think that scripting's not for them and they just get snow blinded by it all. They're like, I can't do this, and walk away. But honestly, like everything, you just got to work at it. There's a lot of nuances to scripting on Horizons. A lot of nuances. Some of the more advanced stuff. It involves sort of, well, to make something happen, you know you've got to use these events, these functions, these operators, etc. But you'll do that and it won't work. So a lot of the art within Horizons is knowing how to work around it and make sure it does work via slightly different methods. You know, it's clear. But thank you, it's very kind of you to say. Okay, so we've now got the movement on here. So I'm going to store another variable actually, and it's going to be called the OP. I'm going to say it's going to be this thing. It's going to be called start, because I've decided that my OP, unconventionally, my OP is going to be where the wave ends, so I can position it when I design the level where I want the wave to actually hit the shore or, you know, stop or fade out. But I want it to then just calculate how far back it's going. That's a thing that I would like it to do. So if I say vector there, I call it start. So I need to set, this is important, the start to, now I need to use the position of self, so I've got to use the direction of it. Now remember, when we talk in terms of 3D sort of environments, we typically, if we have an object, when it says plus Y, that's usually the object's local upward direction, and when it says plus X, that's the object's forward direction. So Z, plus Z forward, plus Y upward, obviously then it follows minus Y is downward and minus Z is backward, and then the X sorts itself out. That's on either side. As long as you get the X and the Y, sorry, the X and the Z, now, as long as you get the Z and the Y correct, the X will just sort itself out, because there's no other way it can be. But obviously that's left and right. So what I need to do is get the direction of the object, the local direction of the object, and then me pointing these in all sorts of weird and wacky ways. So I don't want it to be global. It can't just work out on the global axis, otherwise I'll have everything just travelling in the same line irrespective of what direction it's pointing. So it needs to be local, and that's where things get a little bit challenging. So not too challenging though. Just I don't do this stuff very often. I certainly haven't done it for many months, so it's going to be a bit of a reminder for me as well, as it might be a. Oh, Tom, why you invite me to stuff? Come on! The little Madam and Tom invited me to the same place. This is not helping my concentration. Okay, so I need to work out the start has got to be position of self. Move relative to with rotation. That's a new one. I've not. Oh my God! They really want me to be there. Okay. Hang on. No, I don't want to rotate. I want to move an object. I want to move relative. Move relative to object with position. I don't know what these do. To move self relative to an object with a position. No, that doesn't seem like what I'm after. I don't think. I'm after more. Whoosh. My brain's collapsed now. I can't think. Relative to an object, so move self relative to a self with position. No, see, that's what I sometimes do is I use placeholder shapes. But the problem with using placeholder shapes is that they up your shape count. And this should be more than possible. It is more than possible to do this just using the forward direction of so the problem is the physics stuff has got like push in local space, so you can tend to go forward and stuff. Grouping the wrong evaluation. Let's get under vector mass, magnitude, no rotation, rotation, angle around, angle of rotation, x rotation. That is the new vector from excuse me. Forward direction of object. I wonder. Let's start. What? Who's bingling me now? So someone's bingling me. Bingling me hard. Come on. Fish. Yeah. And then number chase. What does it say? Drink some water. Yeah, well, here, I mean, I've got coconut water as well in the fridge, which is really good for hydration, of course. So... Oh, wait, got it. I think. It's cheap. So, it's gonna be minus. So, position of self minus, and then it's the forward direction. It's not forward, it's not upward. I need the... Oh, God. It's the forward direction of object, which is self. Now that's going to return a vector, so I need to add an offset to that. So full God, this is going to get... Yeah, okay, my I'm doing this with a wonky brain right now, so this is not going to go well. It's a forward direction of object, plus I need another vector. Give me your vector, sir. There we go. Forward direction of object. So what I think it was plus... forward direction. Do you know what? It's normalised, so it can only go. Let's go. There. I don't even know. Let's just try it. So, what I need to do now is I need a lit command for position. No, move. So the movement needs to be move self 2, and then we bring a lip, and the lip is going to be. I'm not going to bother signing this one. Not going to bother. So we're going to lip from, and that's from the start position to the OP. Okay. And the alpha is going to be, well, we can reuse the alpha because that's cycling between 0 and 1. So we can use that. Now, this thing's going to run away on us, I reckon. Oh, Jesus, what's my menu in there? Oy. Okay, restart. Oh, okay. So you can kind of see this movement going on there, which is weird. That's actually happening on a lot of axes. So let me just confirm. Yeah, so it's moving on the plus Z, which is towards your face. The heads are really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna be filming every day. I'm gonna be filming every day for as much as I can. We'll do build tutorials at some points when I've got the energy to do so. I do obviously have a full-time job as well, so these things can be quite tiring. And then we'll be doing bar cam every night. Bar cam for tonight will be starting in about half an hour, and that'll be over at the White Lotus, and I'll keep that running for at least an hour or two, maybe even 3, depending how busy we get in there. So that's let me just, forward direction of south. Let me just, wait, this is going to get tricky. I just need to try and error a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm going to take out the debug as well, because I'm confident the debug is now doing exactly, sorry, the value's doing what I want. So now I need to see, I'm going to speed that up as well, okay? So the speed is going to go right up to 0.7, ooh, 0.27, no, that's not what I want. Okay, so I can see that's traveling from a start destination to an end. And what I need to do now is I need to say, well, the Z I think used to be -1. I'm adding -1, so that should now not move, maybe? I don't know. It's really not doing what I want it to do. I'm close to giving up on this for today. So we say +0. Because that's not accelerating it. How about if I put a 1 in there, what happens? Think that's so great. And I gotta also just make sure I you know what that's doing there. For oh wait, is it forward direction of? Goodness. The problem is it's local. That's the issue I've got, is local. Maybe those new functions will help. Maybe I'm just not thinking straight. So if I go, either they were more move commands, which was not what I wanted. Mind you, new rotation, but no, it's not the rotation, it's new vector, goes out to the object, up direction, forward direction, upward direction. How do I get the X direction of an object? Hang on. This is where we run back to GPT and we just say, how do I determine the X, the horizontal, yeah, the X value, the X vector, yeah, from an upward and a forward vector. Okay, just gonna ask the question to GPT, and it's always great to sort of it's always great to use GPTs, because obviously ChatGPT is, well, there's a free model and you can jump on and it can usually give the answer pretty quickly. I see that you scratch your head forever and never solve it. So what have we got here? So compute right vector. What do we do with that? Okay, so it's just giving me a lovely example. Computes the right vector from the given upward y and forward z vectors. Upward vector list or tuple, the upward y, forward vector, blah blah blah. So it's just a cross product. Shut up. That's all there was to it. Oh my god, in that case, that's amazing. So, again, my vector math is not strong. I know enough to be dangerous, but it's not something I do every day. So I said it was the cross product, didn't I? Okay, so that makes sense to me. The cross product is probably better for you to look it up than take my poor explanation. But it's where you got two lines crossing and it works out the now, I'm not even going to try to explain it, but I get the fundamentals of it. Not enough to explain it, sadly. Not to explain it properly anyway. So we're going to say the position of, we'll say minus the cross of the, now if I don't know if it's important, I mean it's just a upward vector and forward vector, so if I say upward vector, so upward direction of not player, upward direction of object please, upward direction of object, and then forward direction of object, and the object of course is self. He says, of course. Okay, and then we're just going to quickly hit that and see what happens. By Joe, I think it's working. It's going the wrong way, but it's working, so that means I should be able to swap out the minus, which you will probably see up there, for a plus. I'm just going to duplicate the line, and I'm going to plop this in here. Whoop. Lovely, and then I can just drag that bit down there, and that bit there. Oh, look at that! Yes! Now I'm missing one more bit as well, and that one bit, so it's tracking between the calculated start position, so I'm just going to get rid of that duplicate line that's now useless. I'm going to duplicate it one more time, and that's going to be, because currently that's going over a range of, I think, one meter in sort of game world terms. I'm pretty sure about that. Because the vector that's calculated would be a normalized value, and when we say normalized, the maximum value in a normalized vector would be 1, so it can only ever go 1. It's going 1 on the local x-axis, I believe. That's so cool. Now we're going to just put this in here. Okay, and we're just going to say times by. Let's put it times by 1 in there, okay? So that should maintain the same state, but if I just restart, you should see that's going to do, yep, it's doing the same thing. What's curious about that, though, is the sine wave might need adjustment, because I intended it to be transparent at the start and opaque at the end. But what's happening is it's transparent in the middle. So that's not quite what I was after. But that should be easily fixed. But actually, the alpha just needs to be inside here. We know the alpha is calculated for 12. The alpha is between 0 and 1, but for the sine function, we've got to give it, I think, between -1 and 1. Oh dear God! Hang on, excuse me. So. Okay, we'll come back to them. I'm just checking the time as well. I'm a bit conscious that little Madam and Tom were sort of seeking me to come across and see something, and I haven't. So I need to join them in a sec. So yeah, sorry, distracted myself again. It's cool when you distract yourself, you forget what you're doing. So what I need to do is, if I times that by, say, 3, for example, and 3 is going to triple the distance that it travels. So if I just restart that. Now, I don't know if you can see that from where you are. Just look. Oh dear God. That's not enjoying life. Is that going too fast? I don't get it. Where is it? Oh wait, I think I put the multiplication in the wrong place. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I did. That was my screw up. So what I need to do is bring that back in. I need to bring the multiplication. Oof. Let's bring the multiplication into here. I have to do this via this manner here. So plus that turns 3. Bring that cross calculation there. Then if I pull that there, we then need to get this inner function here, and I think pop that here. And I think that's... Just gonna hit restart and make sure I've got it. Yes, that's more like it. Good. Okay, fantastic. Lovely. Let's just delete those. So that's now traveling 3 times the distance. So that's gonna be... Oh, I need to restart that 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, so that's now traveling 3 times the distance. The alpha fade is still at the wrong midpoint. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, let's see, King. Hey. But what I'm going to do at this point, actually, just probably to finish it off kind of for now before I stop the video and then lead into the evening's entertainments, is I'm going to... Oh, see you later, Colby. We'll just close that up a sec. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this wave. I'm going to stop the world a sec because it's very difficult to move animated objects. So I'm going to just going to point you down here. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I just pointed our seashore here. And you can see my like really bad waves, which I'm just going to go and quickly clean up before I do anything, because they're really bad. So really bad wave 1. You can see. Look at these. These were these were they rotate. So they look like sort of flat waves were coming in, which it's a way of doing it, and I would applaud anyone who sort of figured out doing something like that to create artificial waves. However, we are striving for something a little bit more unique, I fear. So we're going to just pull this down to here. And so the tricky bit, we need to line it up. Now, of course, text objects have a bit of a tendency to go flickery because they play a bit of fun with the Z buffer. So if you remember, the start point was actually calculated from where the wave ends. So that's going to be just there. We're going to pull that in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a duplicate and then move that with a slightly different rotation, right? So I want to test if our transform worked. Compare software testing on waves. Okay, and then what I need to do is pull this away. Okay, and then we just pop that there. So that's where I want that wave to end. I'm just going to pull it in there. Now, because I can get down in the sea, I don't want to be too far off the sea. But if they get too close, they will start horribly flickering away. I don't want that. And what I can also do is I can assign randomness to the speed when the world starts too, which is always good for a little bit of variety. Right, okay. So I'm just going to position you somewhere else. So we're going to come back here. So you can see these little waves, and it's just the concept I want to prove, right? And then we'll finish off for today. I really hope this works, because otherwise I'm just literally abandoning it. So we say go. Look at that. So you can now see that every wave. Ignore the fact that the fade is completely wrong. But you see the general thing. That last calculation we did was taking the forward direction and moving it back from its original position. But the other magic I'm going to show you now is if I just pop open a script window. Oh, this isn't getting you away. No, okay, good. Is I'm going to up the distance, right? So the distance that I put on this. Oh, I need to change it. Sorry, put a variable for it. Let's see. Distance. We'll give it a name because we just set it to a magic number called 3, which is no good for anyone. So I'm going to set that to a magic, 10. Distance 10, okay? And then that can just go, oh, damn. Sorry, it just scrolled. Right, so I'm just going to hit restart again and let's see what happens. Did that appear to do absolutely anything at all? Or? Right, that's the distance. Let's just set that at something nightmarish, like 100. And see what happens. Oh, good God. I mean, you can see that's gone absolutely nuts now. So, I'm going to set the distance down to something a bit more feasible, like maybe 30. And the speed I'm going to set right down to like a 0.2, because now there's a greater distance, the speed will be more relevant if it's a smaller number. So, oh geez, it's not quite what I was expecting. Speed 0.01 maybe? Try that out. Is it now going so slow I can't? Oh my God, that's going so slow. Hang on, 2 seconds. Distance needs to be. Oh, I set the distance to 300. That was mad. Oh, that's now really slow. Okay, so we set that back up to maybe the original 0.1. It's just a lot of tinkering, just to. It's like adding seasoning. You just got to get the pace right. You don't want it to be too fast, or you'll be forgiven for doing it quite quickly. Yeah, it did add more details, buddy. So you can kind of see now, if we just come down on the beach, I'll stand here. We'll see how it looks from down here as well. So if I bring you down here, and again the other thing. Okay, so we're just going to go and have a look at our prototype waves before we finish off. So, okay, we're now in the water. So these sheds, you can kind of see them coming in, right? It's, up close it's quite difficult to see them. If I just put you further up, might actually get to see. Oh my God, I'm in the sand. That's really funny. We go dip down. Okay, so I'm sitting in the sand, just waiting. Okay, great. So yeah, you can see this coming in. I may make them come in a little bit closer, to be honest, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. But at least we've got the waves coming in. We've got the fundaments of it. We don't have to make them truly fully opaque. We can sort of taper that off to be like maybe 0.9. Just they still remain a little bit transparent, even at full capacity. But that's the end of the building video. Stay tuned. I'll be starting another stream very, very shortly, and we'll be going to see what Little Madam and Tom are up to if they're still there. I hope they're still there. I like following invites from those two, but sadly I was in the middle of something, so let's go.